Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Last time on Roll with Advantage.
You make your way to Waterdeep. There is a looming dark cloud.
I'm waiting outside T's, like, smiling and kind of like petting my cluster of javelin that I just got. I'm trying to figure out if she smells like she's decayed.
Keo is getting to the bottom of this. It'll take him 10 minutes, but it'll let him know what spell's been cast on her.
It is a necrotic magic, one that is instilled by vampires.
59 points of damage on my first attack.
Holy shit. All right, it dies.
Somebody walks up to the store, I'm like, they're closed.
They're closed. Okay. Yeah, I think there's like one old lady with like this like twisted twig of a walking stick
Oh god, it's a monk.
that walks up and like goes to put her hand on the door, and you're just like leaned up against the wall, and you're like, they're closed, and she's like, oh, they're never open when I need them to be, and she just slowly
I say, wait,
walks away.
What'd you need?
I needed a dagger.
Here, have a javelin.
I have a dagger here. I give her a plain dagger. I have one.
Okay. All right. Cool. She.
Yes, now I can murder that son of a bitch.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
She's
Bond's fingerprints are found on the murder weapon.
so you hand her a just a standard Candlekeep dagger, and she takes it and she says, "What? I thank you."
And then she points it at you and says, "Give me your wallet."
Give me all your money. No,
I take the dagger.
she says, those damn letters give me paper cuts, and she just walks away.
Ooh, oh boy.
Bond puts himself in many situations.
Yeah, Bond said fuzz and Kenny was gone. I like it that the explosion in the last episode, I'm not even there, so I can't be a suspect, and you're the number one suspect, the goody in the party.
Oh, yeah.
And the murder goes down, and you say the police are coming. Yeah, Kenny's gone. Sensing a trend, anyone?
So that's pretty much it for tease. Do you want to share that knowledge? All that information?
But,
is there anything specific that you might be looking for here?
not especially. And
Okay.
I'm not too interested in weapons aside from just the magical nature of some, and I'm not pushing for loot either with this.
Yep.
But I think, I don't know. I'm going to...
You're going to torch the place?
Possibly, but
Where I kind of felt it going.
it kind of needs to go that way, I think.
I mean, Minette's there too, so
Yeah.
Minette, you've got agency as well.
So you know.
Yeah.
What?
Arson is a crime.
Totally on
Yeah,
the severe
arson,
offenses.
same as murder.
It wasn't... I didn't kill anybody.
Arson's extremely dangerous, though, because the buildings are so close to each other.
Yeah, no.
And they're old.
But
buildings.
I'm I want the authorities to know what's going on, but at the same time, I need the evidence for us, and I'm not going to steal any of their weapons. The few coins, I didn't really try and take any. They just found their way into my
Right.
my bag, and the ledgers, well, those are evidence. I make up one of those impound signs quickly.
Impound signs?
Yeah, crime scene, suspected vampire activity. This building, like I put up
Yeah.
at the other one.
Okay, yeah.
And I make up one of those, Then I walk out with it and
Okay.
put it up by the door.
Yep. You're visible at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keo, you still here?
Where'd you guys go?
I'm waiting for the guards.
Anyways, they're vampires,
Yeah, no kidding.
but I feel a little bad about that vampire. I don't think she knew.
That what?
And they weren't feeding her enough.
What?
Well, that's why she tried to eat me, I think.
She probably tried to eat you because you were behind the counter
And she was hungry because they weren't feeding her enough.
and you were trespassing.
Meanwhile,
She's still a vampire. We should
Yeah.
probably get out of here.
Yeah.
You hear from nowhere.
God
Listen,
damn
listen,
it, Manette,
listen.
you're here too.
These human ideas of ownership, I don't ascribe to these bourgeois these bourgeois ideals. You know, my people have a much more enlightened way, you know. Communes, man. And then I put up the notes,
Okay.
warning, and then I get on my broom and start making up some more flyers to warn people.
Okay. All right. All right.
I have a moral choice to make.
What is that? To bounce?
I'm not gonna bounce.
Okay. So far, it doesn't look like anybody's noticed.
I want to decide whether I'm going to talk to a guard as me or as a random stranger I happen to see walking by the
I
shop.
gotcha. Well, I mean, so to help in your moral quandary, you're still imparting the authorities with the proper information for them to understand the crime, but you're taking an understanding that you are still a suspect, and you don't want to lead or mislead this investigation, right? I mean that's how a lawful good person can navigate those waters if that's what you're looking to do.
All right. I take the appearance of somebody who looks like they're in a hurry to get gone.
Okay.
So somebody moving by quickly that's probably going to move out of the area in
Why
a
don't you
hurry.
just take the appearance of the shopkeeper?
Or the old lady.
Boom.
Well,
I
the old
found
lady,
this
that's kinda
dead
wrong.
person when I came in here to shop.
I'll tell you, like, hey guys, I'm going to wait for the cops. I'm probably going to look like somebody else because I think I'm in enough
Do you say it
trouble.
through the ring?
Hmm?
Do you say it through the ring?
Well,
No.
if this is before I leave, I would suggest that you don't incriminate somebody who's not guilty.
Oh yeah, good point.
But I'm sure there are plenty of guilty individuals we've met.
So I
Yes,
take the form of the Viper.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Okay. Is that what you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Minette, Keo, what do you do?
I see him change into the Viper, and I say through the ring to Kinian, if you see the Viper, maybe ask real quickly if it's Bond, because he's disguised himself before you try and kill him. Brickworm? The Viper.
That goes out to everybody, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm busy right now.
Okay. I'm going to Blackstaff Tower.
All right. Do you follow?
Actually, I can give him a ride
Okay.
if you
Okay,
want.
we're not going to let it split any further than that. So, Kinian, so you bamf back to the ship, and then what do you do?
Immediately went to the Lucky Mooring Bell.
Okay.
There's a individual that's known to pay handsomely for rumors within the Mooring Bell. This individual is a sergeant that works for Horse Grey. His name is Tass.
Okay. Yeah. So this human, who you know to be someone that pays for information, is sitting in the bar, and is sipping on his drink.
I walk up to Tass and let him know that we have something to discuss in the back room.
Okay. What? All right. How much information do you think you have? And he
I look
he's
down
got money.
at his change purse
Yeah.
and poke at it a little bit, and I say, I'd say it's worth all that.
Let's talk. And you take him back to the VIP room.
Yeah.
Okay. And you basically just information dump.
Yes, I'm here to tell you that there's vampires. And they've taken over Tees. You may want to send a regiment there to clean up the mess someone left before word gets out and creates a panic within the districts.
Interesting. He's a vampire? Is that what you're saying?
T had a vampire working there, and earlier this morning, we were attacked on my ship in the harbor.
By vampires?
By vampires. We still have the bodies.
All right.
You know
So
what you
just,
say,
like-
keep it off the streets.
Absolutely. Okay. A standard clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll take care of that?
We'll take care of that. Do you know anyone else connected?
Well, I did hear recently that the criminal known as the Viper is in the city.
The Viper's here. And that's, I think, when he puts a large bag of money on the table. And he says, "Do tell."
Did you have any reports of a naked half-orc this morning?
Yes?
Yeah. That was me. I was being followed by the Viper at the time.
All right.
It's not very good information.
And yeah, no, not at all.
I'm not very good at this.
Yeah. I think at that point that's when the voice comes in over the ring, and you tell them that you're kind of busy, and
Side hustle.
yeah. So what? Give me a percentile die, please.
Can somebody that's good at this actually roll?
Sure.
Percentile rolls.
2. No, 47.
Can I take his 47 over my 7?
Yeah.
I think that's the same I rolled last time.
Yeah. Yep. So 47 gold pieces are in this bag.
The rest was lead weights. To convince you that there was more.
Yeah. And then Bon,
Yep.
you turn to the Viper.
Yep.
Minette and Keo fly off, and they are heading northwest. And do you flag a
guard?
A guard down?
Yeah. I go,
Hey, guard, hey. That's not what I sound like. I'm not very good at this.
All right. Okay. The guard's like, can I help you, gnome?
Yeah, this place got hit by vamps real bad, and might want to clean it up.
Oh, okay. And he's ruffling in his pack, and he pulls out like this paper and this gold pouch, and he drops like a sack of money in your hands, and he looks at the paper, and he looks back at you, and he reaches back in his satchel, and he throws a ball of bands at you. I need you to make a
If you fail this, just bamf off with the rings, and I will take the bands from you and get mine back.
What's the band? What was it?
Iron Bands of Bolaro.
Yeah. What was the save? Do you remember?
It's DC
19.
20, I think. It's like a strength.
Okay, 1 second.
It's
I'll look it up.
think
You
it was
roll
a
me a
19
number.
What?
Oh man.
Why did they give him money first and then?
To keep him from running. It's a reason why he would be ruffling through his papers to make sure that this is the person. So, I mean, okay, so if you're a guard and you go and you look through your wanted list, like a list of people, and you're trying to match this face, you want to have incentive for them to stand there, right? So anyways, roll me a strength check, please.
DC 20.
Check or save?
Check.
Fuck.
Yeah. So he throws the bands at you.
Mm-hmm.
And do you let them hit you?
No, I would not.
Okay, so
intentionally let them hit
you
me.
duck out of the way, and what do? He misses with the bands.
Grab them and disappear. That's what you should do.
We're
Let's say-
super fudging this, by the way, because you can't shrink to gnome status.
Yeah.
But I like it, so continue.
Okay.
He just looks really tall for a gnome.
Yeah, I mean the
Homebrew is more
ball
fun anymore. More fun anymore? Wow. It is more fun.
Yeah,
He got a really
the
good-
Balagas are tall anyways. They're like 3 something, so he's
And
tall for a gnome.
He just got a better version of the hat than most people
yeah,
do.
yeah. So
I mean, it was like 20,000 gold, right?
so what do you do?
Okay. Hey, guy, you have any idea who I am?
Yeah, you're the Viper.
You want to live?
Are
I'm
you
not gonna attack
deception?
him, okay? Yeah, it's deception.
Okay, roll your deception.
Oh, fuck. That's an 11.
He brings a horn to his mouth. It's it looks a lot like the cut off horn of a bull, and like brings it up to its mouth. You can see magical runes scrolled on this horn, and he says, "Buddy, you shouldn't have showed your face here again." And blows the horn, and an alarm sounds across the town.
And I disappear.
You're like, boop.
Scene.
Do you take the bands?
No, I'm sorry. I say, right before I disappear, I'm like,
I'll be seeing you.
Dark Bond.
Or you're welcome.
Channeling the Viper is a bad idea. It changes you.
It does.
just to be clear,
Look what happened to Brickleworm.
Yes. Yeah.
I was never going to attack him.
Yep.
You still threatened him.
Yeah.
Well, that just that just helped out, Kinian's,
My information.
information.
I wasn't lying.
He makes himself more credible now.
Fuck.
But in my mind, I've seen how the Viper acts. And, I mean, that's
You were
how he would
portraying
act.
him, yeah.
You're portraying him very well.
Yes. Hey everyone, I'm DM Alan. Thank you again for joining us for a wonderful episode. You guys have been absolutely amazing, making this show very fun for all of us. We are trying to kind of figure out what's going to happen for con season, because right now when this episode's going out, it's just about to start up. So hit us up on Twitter at DM's Table using hashtag #RollWithAdvantage. Let us know what con you're going to be at, what con we should be at to meet you. Give us a shout out and let us know. Thank you so much for sharing us. That's the best way for our podcast to grow. Grow us by telling all of your friends about us, tell your family. Just tell as many people about us as you can. Share us on social media and let your nerdy friends know who we are. We don't put a dime into advertising, and so we really rely on you, the listener, to help us grow and grow this awesome community we're creating. I want to real quick talk about sponsor of the show. This week's sponsor is Audible. Audible.com is a fantastic audiobook platform that serves up over 180,000 books on your iPhone, Android. You can even get it on like MP3, you know, when you burn the disc back in like the early aughts, and then you can listen to it in your car with your CD player. You can help the show by going to audibletrial.com/RWA. That helps support the show. And listeners of Roll with Advantage will get a free book with a 30-day trial. We have an awesome book to recommend to you, Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. It is absolutely amazing. It's the first book in the Stormlight Archives series. Brandon Sanderson comes up with this absolutely amazing structure for magic and just tells a wonderful story. The Way of Kings is read by Kay Reading and Michael Kramer, and it is really good. Go check it out. I also want to tell you about Incompetech.com. Incompetech.com is absolutely amazing. That's where we get almost all of our background music. Oh shit, a wild sample appeared. Anyways, they have absolutely great music. Go check it out. It's Incompetech.com. And that's all I've got for you today. Enjoy the rest of the episode, and I'll see you out on the internet. Bye, guys. Minette and Keo, you are flying by broom up above the town. And Keo...
I'm still invisible.
You're still invisible. Keo, you're flower girling these these flyers. What do these flyers say roughly? Like, what are you conveying with them? Like,
well, you know, the last ones were like, beware, bomb at the crossroads, and that. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm breaking the law.
I know. That's why this is all going to play in quite
That's why
nicely.
I'm still invisible.
Yeah.
I have diplomatic immunity.
Continue.
Flying's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I saw that one after the session where he was dropping everything.
I know. I've known from the start that flying's illegal. I don't care.
So what do they roughly say?
Keo follows his own law. Anyways, they say, warning, don't go out at night. Don't get your neck bit. Vampires, they're coming.
They're coming for you. And it's like a picture of Keo like pointing.
Yeah, only you can stop vampires. Get your garlic.
Only you can prevent vampire uprising.
All right. So up above this town, you can see the town is choked in mist off to the north, but you are heading south.
Some of them have tips about how you can turn everyday items in your house into wooden stakes.
Okay.
And,
All right. You are heading towards the obsidian tower of Blackstaff. Yeah. It is black. I believe it's made of obsidian. It's a magical tower anyways. So you are heading towards the tower, and you hear an alarm go off across the city, and this alarm seems to ripple from the tallest towers across the city. And as you near the Blackstaff Tower, you hear the same alarm go off.
okay.
What do you do?
I begin evasive maneuvers.
They're good for you.
Okay.
And I say, hey, Minette, is that the anti-vampire warning?
You, Minette, you know that this is a alarm for state of emergency for the city. It is used for very high-profile problems like like dragons attacking or some like siege is happening. Like, I mean, it's a big deal. It's one of the very few things that are used, but every person who's lived in this town knows that this alarm means take action immediately.
Is it noon on the first Friday of the month?
Testing the alarms? No.
Her voice rings out. This is a test.
I was there.
I'm not really sure exactly what's going on, but this is probably an extreme response to us flying, so it's probably not about us.
Okay, because I could cloak.
All right. So what do you guys do? So you're heading towards Blackstaff Tower.
That's where he wanted to go.
Yep.
So
Yep. So
I just need to have a pattern over the city of some sort to warn people.
Okay. So Minette, you have a nice window to view the city from. It's one of the things that you were able to schmooze from Laryl, Silverhand. Do you want Kyo to like fly you up to your room window, or what do you?
Do I still technically have rooms?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you're a resident there. They just
That's still my home address.
Yeah.
So why are you sleeping on the ship?
Yeah, they sent you off to go get real life experience.
Okay.
So you're not kicked out. You're just not there right now.
He's getting it in spades.
Yeah. I try and point him to the correct window. It's not something I think I'm very used to
Not
picking out
yeah,
from
it's
this
a different
side.
side. Yeah. You can
It
logical,
takes a little
though.
while for me to like count the floors down to where I think I'd be, and then we like circle a bit. But yeah, I think I'd have the smarts enough to get it.
Okay. And so he like pulls up to your window, and you see your old workstation. It's pretty dusty. Your room looks untouched.
I mean, we came back not terribly long ago, right?
Yeah. Like I don't know, like a few weeks. Did you? I don't remember if you stayed in the room or not.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Then it's
a little
it's like
cleaned
how
up.
you left it.
Yeah, it's a little dusty, but not like as extreme as it could be.
Yeah.
So.
So he drops you off. Kyo, do you stick with him?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I got nothing better to do.
All right.
Worst case, I just.
This is a pretty cool place for you to be, anyways.
Yeah.
This is a very magical place.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have a library, which I like libraries.
Hell yeah, they got a library.
I'm a bookworm. WYM
WYM or WYRM. Yeah. That needs to be a shirt. Yeah. So we got 3 shirts now. I love that.
That's awesome.
So Minette, what are you trying to do here in the tower? What's your goal?
Well, last time we were here, they were able to supply me with some really cool magical items at a fairly good discount.
Yes.
And I'm still looking for a carpet of flying. So the Emporium was a bust. So I'm going back to the school to try and get a carpet of flying.
Okay. All right.
Maybe if it was the Blackstaff Tower of Agrabah.
They had 2 cloaks of displacement just chilling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a carpet of flying can't be too bad.
Very rare.
So you're asking around, I presume, for Laryl?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would assume that if we flew up to the tower that she would just know about it because she's Laryl Silverhand.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But does she want to speak to us?
So here's what happens. So after a little bit of asking, Laryl actually finds you.
Okay.
and she says, Manette, what are you doing here? I'm just a heads up. I've been watching you guys, and Bond's making some interesting decisions.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he keeps talking to the guards.
So she's scrying them?
She's an elf. I go to spit on my hand and shake, but then I'm like, oh wait, no.
Wait. Yeah. So, what can I do for you?
I was hoping that maybe someone could point me in the direction of a carpet of flying that I could purchase. I was pointed to an emporium of magical items, but that place is kind of a bust. So, like, if the school doesn't have one, maybe they have, suppliers that they normally. I mean, you gotta know where to get a carpet of flying. That's pretty.
I don't know that. I don't think we have one. As far as finding one, why don't you just make one?
I have a lot of projects on my hands at the moment, and I'm kind of looking to speed this one up.
And she says, I think you might be able to find someone who makes them off the coast, probably the Moonshade Islands.
Hey, I have an idea. We can take my broom of flying and make a loom of flying and weave a carpet of flying.
This kobold's clever. I like him.
He seems to think so.
So there is a particularly talented dwarf who is very good at creating magical items in the Moonshade Islands.
Dwarf, I'm sold.
Her name is Arten Bigtoe.
Do you know where on Moonshade Island she resides?
No.
No?
I know of her work, and I know that it comes from the Moonshade Islands. I'm sure if you ask around over there, someone should be able to point you to her.
What color is her beard?
Blonde. Anything else?
Kill a vampire, knock over a shop, go ask about a flying carpet.
Yep.
Impersonate
work.
a mass murderer.
That was only good common sense right there. Okay, that was some of my best thinking. Yes, because it worked out great for me.
I think that's all I need help with at the moment. You're aware that your city is kind of infested with vampires, right?
She's kind of taken aback by that statement.
I hand her a flyer. The Emerald Enclave's tips for vampire eradication.
Yeah. She says, I don't think that she says anything. I think she puts her hand to her temple, with like a worried look, and is reading through this flyer, and she says,
I have a couple others. Vampires in the Mist, Red Asphalt.
She just says, and walks away from you.
And there's All That's Undead Doesn't Sparkle.
Very thinking like.
It's okay. We've got it covered. I'm going to take Kyo to the library for a little bit.
Please do. And please do take care of this. I have an insurrection I'm dealing with.
Insurrection.
Do you need help with that?
No,
No?
I've got it handled.
Cool.
Don't die, by the way. There's a curse going around.
Do you know anything about that? Like, because I had a friend die, and I'm really not happy about that.
I do.
Is that part of the insurrection?
No.
No?
No, unrelated thing. We've we've hired some adventurers to go down to Chult to figure things out.
Chult. Okay.
It's an island, down by Kalimshan, very south. And she says,
A tropical island?
yes.
Sounds great.
She says,
There'd be loads of sun there.
we hope
Ooh.
to
Why do the warm places have to be the sunny places?
we hope to see fruits of their labor soon.
Okay. If you don't, like maybe they disappear, you let us know. We can take a look at it as well.
Sounds good. If you are fighting vampires, don't get bit.
I already did. It's not fun.
And she just turns and walks away from you, contemplating. Again, she definitely has a weight of something on her shoulders. She visibly looks older, is a way to say it. I mean, she ages very slowly because of her nature.
Mm-hmm.
But she
looks kind of haggard.
Yes, very haggard.
So we should see if any books match this one.
So, to expedite that, while you guys are in the library, you will be able to complete your book at or you basically can scribe at two times. With the resources in the library, you are able to cut your research time down to half the normal time spent.
I'm going to get some, I don't know, student aides or, research assistants. And,
Okay. That's basically how you would cut that time down.
You offer them extra credit and pretend you're a professor.
Get a few TAs.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So
Probably mostly like most of them will be halflings, but then
Okay.
I'll have like one Goliath.
and then so that's if you spend two hours there, you'll be able to finish out the chapter that you were working on.
Okay. Well, I definitely will. And this is where I'm going to be hanging out for, I'm not going to go back to sleep in the ship.
Okay. Okay.
I am now a professor at Blackstaff.
Okay. Yeah. So in order to get this, it will be 100 gold pieces a day. And that'll cover materials and then any bribes that you might need to manage and stuff like that.
I'm going to have to write some letters to the Newsies
Okay.
to help support this.
The moment the alarm sounds,
Yeah.
I grab both of the bags off basically from in front of Tass,
Okay.
and I say, "Oh, playing my song again," and I run out of the room.
He says, "Wait, do you know anything?" And then you're just gone.
Yeah, and I return to Ara as soon as the alarm's going off.
Okay. So you kick open the door to Ara's place, and she says, "Do you have anything to do with this again?"
You
Again.
sent me to a vampire shop with a discount, and they didn't even have axes.
What? We need to unpack that. What are you talking about? There's no vampires.
Tease! Had a vampire.
I've known Taka for forever. What are you talking about? He's not a vampire.
He had a vampire chained to the counter.
No. No.
Yeah. And I get really close to Ara and start sniffing her.
What are you sniffing me for? Survival or perception?
And
8.
8. Oh shit, 8? Really?
Yeah.
She smells like a vampire.
I take my index finger and I start poking her.
Okay.
And I'm poking at her, basically at her shoulder. And I'm like, you smell like one right now. And I attempt to grapple her.
So you poke her, and you go, and you say that, and you go to like grapple her, whether it's like grab her or bear hug her, and she takes her finger and she points it at your chest, like she taps you like you mister type point right at your chest. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh shit. This is getting good.
27.
27? Okay.
I'm proficient in strength saving throws.
Okay. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You're not knocked back. And she says, you, of all people, should know that I am not a vampire.
I say, we'll stand in front of the window.
She stands in front of the window. She like rips it open, and you see the overcasty clouds, and the filtered light pours in, and she says, "See?" And she stands in front of this window.
I'm not convinced.
Is he smart enough to know to look to see if she has a shadow?
I don't know. I doubt it. That's real obscure. No.
And I'm like,
You might know the
reflection.
garlic trick, though.
Do vampires not have shadows?
I say, well,
Yeah.
let's try this. And I go, yeah, with the alchemy jug, and I say, water. And I splash water at her.
She's like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, and now like it stops, the water stops, and she looks like a drenched wet dog, like just, and she is furious with you. And she says, Kinian, stop. And I need you to make a wisdom save.
'Cause sometimes they don't have a shadow.
17.
17.
I can't believe I rolled that high on wisdom. Ever.
You are compelled to stop.
I stop.
She says, now, if I were a vampire, this would be the time that I'd bite you.
Please don't bite me.
She says, but what I will do is I'm going to leave you here and let you stew in your stupidity. And she says, when you become a smarter man, a wiser man, you can find me again
Next century.
in the mooring bell. Until then, once this handy feature has worn off, you can return back to your ship. Don't come back. Not until you've gained some sense. And she slurps out the door. And like she slams the door behind her.
Am I effectively like pinned in place?
Yes.
Oh God, I'm gonna get sober.
So effectively, you're held in place for 4 hours.
Shit. I am gonna be sober.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm disadvantaged on everything.
I think like after hour 2, like the flop sweats start kicking in, and by hour 4, you've got this like blaring headache.
Damn it.
So while you're sitting there,
No!
this figure comes into the room. No.
The gnome comes into the room and takes another one of your magic items.
But it's really Bonnie just getting revenge for you stealing all his shit.
You don't know where Ara lives.
I don't even know who Ara is.
Yeah.
So, Keo, you told everybody about what you found, right?
Well, I'm sure I told Minette.
Okay.
Because we did have a ride over, and
Okay.
I do like to brag about evidence I find.
Okay. Okay. And does that make that around the team?
Anything that I deemed relevant, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't have, I didn't spend enough time talking to Bon to do it, and Kinian was already gone, so.
Okay. So, Bon, roll me a history check, please.
Oh, that dice sucks.
About how your life got flipped upside down.
7.
7?
7.
Okay. Well,
Unless you give me advantage for some random reason.
no.
Darn.
So you're back on the ship. Like recounting what just happened with this guard. And Minette is speaking over the rings, just filtering through information, and he gets through to the letter addressed to Taka. And you remember that the letter that you found on the spawn in Everland, it says, you recall that the letter said that my friend Taka has left. I do hope you enjoy what my friend Taka has left you. And that was in the letter that was pinned to the vampire's spawn's chest in Everland.
The bit right before she was delicious.
Yes. And that very same letter was addressed A. Winterscost. And Keo's letter was addressed just A. Vampire scum.
Well, me, the player, isn't connecting any dots.
Taka's a vampire.
Taka's a friend
Boom.
of a Winterscost and is a vampire.
Oh,
Which makes sense because he did leave the blade in the, it was a Taka blade.
Yep.
oh,
Ara didn't seem to think Taka was a vampire.
I mean, she also married you, so what's
Yeah.
that judgment factor there?
And Taka's playing the Zents against the. Yeah, Kyo is smart enough to know that the I guess the green tattoos aren't the third one. The vampires are the third group that's playing the Zents against the.
That's what you think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so here's another little bit of information I'll give you too. I think Bon would get a little stir crazy after nobody kind of comes back to the ship after a while. And I think you're just kind of cleaning up the bodies, right?
oh yeah. Yeah.
And as you're like cleaning up this zealot's body, which is like half human, half squid, you notice on the bicep or the shoulder area is a large green kraken's tattoo. And you recognize it as the tattoo of the Kraken Society, which was found on Lord Dryland in Yartar.
They tried to invite me to the Kraken Society, but then I headbutt them.
You weren't there for that bit, but
wasn't
yeah,
there for that,
you were definitely there when Dryland was alive, and you recognize that tattoo. You know that tattoo to be connected somehow.
As a player, I'm like, okay.
So
I'm sorry, I'm
as-
just confused.
What's your wisdom score?
Pretty high.
Yeah, what is it?
16.
All right. So
Jeez.
there is a Kraken Society. Okay.
Yep.
And they are rolling around with vampires as the Kraken Society came into your ship on the mist.
Okay.
Okay. That is the information that you put together as a character.
Oh, the abomination is not a vampire. I was assuming we're like, vampires are abominations. I did not comprehend that was a totally different thing. Okay.
Do you? I assume you're kind of taking stock as a character of all this information. Do you relay it to everybody?
Yeah. With a ring, I'm like, hey guys, just to recap, Taka, owner of T, he's probably a vampire because of that letter we found. And Winterscost told him that he needed to fight the people against each other, right? Because that other letter you found, Keo. Yeah, but you can't hear me, but I forgot. Also, these abominations, like the one that got on our ship, they're from the Kraken Society. He's got the tattoo right on his shoulder. Yeah, they're probably zealots that worship Slarkrithol.
They're probably just trying to recruit me again. But you don't hear that because I'm paralyzed.
Yeah. Yep.
The kobolds are well fed because of all this fighting. I had a dream. I think I forgot to tell you guys. I had a dream about this kraken that wanted to become a god. That's probably not good. He's really old. It's from like forever ago. Like literally forever. Like an age ago. And there was you guys remember that dungeon? There was something about a kraken trying to become a god, so that kind of links up with my dream and kind of makes sense, I guess. Also, did not go as well as I thought it would, being the Viper, talking to the guards. They kind of just wanted to arrest me on sight.
Pretty sure I'm taking some form of like damage as like a smile's breaking onto my face. Like,
I think I pulled it off. I don't think they suspected me not being the Viper. I think I played it pretty well.
Now, my research assistants,
his grad students.
yes, I'm going to ask them about the papers in this town and see if there's a room for a new gazette.
I think they let you know that new gazettes pop up all the time. But the Waterdeep Times kind of rules the city. In the surrounding areas.
Does Bezos own it?
Ref Bezos.
Instead of Jeff Bezos.
That's okay. I'm sure there's room for a village voice. So we're gonna have to set up just outside of Waterdeep, probably. Actually, I think I might call all my papers the voice. Man, I got a lot of info for the back in Everland. I'm definitely gonna have a yellow journalism going on. Yeah, it's like the National Enquirer. Vampires in Waterdeep.
Giant crocodiles in the sewers.
Is that what Keo's whole lettering does? Like, you should start branding your flyers with the voice, like Keo's voice or whatever.
The voice of the people.
Yeah.
There's going to be like paparazzis that are basically running around with like drawing pictures of things.
What do you guys want to do? Kinian, you have regained your faculties. Let's come up with a plan of action here.
So while Keo's doing his research in translating his book, I'd be looking for anything regarding the Kraken Society.
Okay, so you're researching the Kraken Society.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me a history check at advantage, please.
27.
Nice.
This will make a nice article.
Yes. So the Kraken Society is not a very well-known society, but what information you've gathered is that it's a cult that is formed around this idea that there might be a Kraken in on the Sword Coast. Everybody's kind of been put off as tin hatters. They're never taken seriously. They tend to be a society that is non-aggressive, and just seems to be more like religious, like a religious sect that nobody really believes in other than those part of it. It's been documented in your research texts and stuff that they have had two locations of gathering, two known locations. One of them being, I believe it's called Thorn's Hold, and the other one being Waterdeep. Again, these are like the information you're finding is across many books, and it's like footnotes. This is a super duper like little known society, and it is it's definitely not taken seriously.
Well, they're about to be. At least by us.
I return to the bar, looking so vulnerable. Like, being naked in the street, Kinian wasn't vulnerable at all. But being sober and being held in place by Ara for 4 hours without alcohol may have been a lifetime for Kinian.
Okay.
Like, Kinian probably drinks while he's asleep. He's that adept. And I let Ara know that T is indeed a vampire. You're being played, Ara.
How are you sure?
I was once approached by a society known as the Kraken Society, asking me, well, stating that I could be a potential member. I headbutt a few of them, stole their stuff, you know.
As
it's our
one
way.
does. Yes.
And I think they rescinded the offer. But your specialist for the explosion the other day had a strange tattoo. The tattoo signifies his membership of the Kraken Society. You're being played. They took our own
Interesting.
move and used it against you.
They sure did. Those fuckers.
And she notes how strangely clear Kinian is speaking.
Yeah.
We need to postpone the battle between the Xanathars and our clan.
You're that serious about this?
They've been sinking all our ships. We need revenge.
They're the ones doing this? They're the ones attacking our ships, destroying our fleet?
They've got a Kraken. I thought it was just a catchy name, but apparently they have an honest-to-goodness Kraken. It could be the one I saw.
That makes so much more sense. I'll talk to Lilith. There's going to be an order for any Kraken Society members to be killed on sight. Do you know how much money they've cost us?
You usually tell me.
Can you try to imagine this bar?
I often do.
1,000 times over is what they've cost us. This entire bar. All of the alcohol here. 1,000 times.
They must die.
Because that bar is worth at least 4 ships, maybe 5.
Strangely, 2 bottles pop out of my quiver,
Okay.
and I catch them both in one hand, clinking them together. I drink an entire bottle.
Of one of the discount potions?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I drink an entire bottle of alcohol
Okay.
without stopping, and then kick the other one open,
Okay.
take a swig, and then pass it to Ara.
And she downs it. She downs it like a champ.
It's my kind of woman.
Like
Yeah.
Kenyan.
Like Kenyan. Okay.
They have one liver between the 2 of them.
Yeah.
If that.
It's a really good liver if they're both still alive.
Okay. She says, so I will take care of the Kraken Society. If Taka is really a vampire, like you say, your lot should go after them.
And at this point, I've got a little buzz going, and I pull up my cloak and, like, pop the collars up,
Okay.
and I stick out my tusks extra far, and I go, and I turn into a bat, and I fly away.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has awesome blogs. They've got cool information on there about writing new adventures and things around D&D. You can find a giant archive on all our episodes. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.